After E3 2019, Microsoft has really gone all in on their Xbox Game Pass service. This is nothing new, but they've gone ultimate with it because now at $14.99, you get Xbox Live, you get Xbox Game Pass for use in your console, but in addition to that, you can also play Xbox Game Pass on PC. So it is an entire thing that allows you to play online games, multiplayer games, co-op games, single-player experiences that you may not have gotten your chance to play before because maybe the budget was a little tight, but at $14.99, is Xbox Game Pass worth it? I'm going to be talking about that right here, right now on the channel, but spoilers, yes. Think about how many things we spend $15 on that they just go away, you kind of forget about them, but here you have a ton of games, so I'm going to be going over the Xbox Game Pass console version. I'm going to be going over that in this video, highlighting exactly what it looks like, just in case you've not seen it, and I'm also going to be showcasing 3 games, one for the original Xbox, another one for the Xbox 360, and then the final one for the Xbox One, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's begin our look at the console version of the Xbox Game Pass. This here is the user interface that you see when you turn on your Xbox One console and go over to Game Pass, which I'm using an Xbox One X console, but this is a 1080p mode. So right now, you see that Resident Evil Revelations was recently unveiled to the service, and when you scroll down, you see something called Quest. So I live in Puerto Rico. I actually do not get access or any benefits to this part. It's not available in Puerto Rico, but basically with some of the games that are available in Xbox Game Pass, you can play up to a certain chunk, you can complete a certain task, and they give you points. So you see, they give you something for Wolfenstein, 200 points, and you can apply that to your Microsoft Rewards program. But when you go here, these are the most popular games that people are playing right now. Obviously, you have your stunning Forza Horizon 4, which you can see I do have installed, Minecraft, Rocket League, Sea of Thieves. That's a game that really benefits from being part of Game Pass because it had a rocky start, but the fact that you have that and you can immediately play multiplayer is of huge benefit. Metro Exodus, you got a couple of the Gears of War games, Halo, the previous Mortal Kombat game, Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, and that includes the free tie-in DLC On the Road to Borderlands 3, the Master Chief Collection, which I've actually been playing. You got PUBG, you got some Batman games, you got the previous Doom that came out, the glorious one that came out in 2016, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's okay, RE5, that's an excellent game to play, a co-op. Supermarket Shriek is just weird, but it's fun. When you go to the next section, this keeps you updated on the games that have recently come out. So I'm recording this at the end of June 2019, so your mileage may vary. You may see some of these games in your collection, you may not see other ones because some of these do expire, so that is definitely worth pointing out. But you got the Rare Replay collection, you got Riverbond. This is an incredible hack and slash top-down game, Shenmue 1 and 2, so if you're contemplating playing Shenmue 3 but you never played the other ones, this is the best scenario to do that. Hollow Knight, SteamWorld Dig 2, that is a beautiful game. Bridge Constructor, the Portal Edition. Silence, that's a game that I never heard about, but I saw the trailer. It seems to be like an adventure game, and I downloaded that. I also downloaded this game, which I've yet to play, Mamadora. It's like a side-scrolling 2D classic-inspired game, and I wanted to play that. Lo and behold, I don't need to buy because it's there. Full Metal Furies, you need to play this. This is from the people that made Rogue Legacy, and they made this hybrid RPG, action RPG type game that I think the name really just sort of killed it, but it's excellent. Online 4-player co-op, and it is very challenging, and it does have some platforming elements, and it's got Metal Gear Survive, which I downloaded just to try it out. But this is the part where we get a little sad. These are the games that are going away, that you got to begin to wave goodbye. And right now we have Next Up Hero, Shadow Complex, Zombie Army Trilogy. I actually have a video about this game right here, available now on the channel. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, DMC4, and Dead Island, which is a fun game to have. But as you can see, not only do they show you which games are leaving, you can actually choose to buy these games at a discount, which is at least a nice courtesy. And if you'd like to be able to categorize the games that maybe you haven't heard about most of these, then you can go fighting. And then boom, just like that, you see all of the different fighting games that are available, which, wait a minute, Ninja Gaiden Black, oh, okay. They could filter this a little bit better. what shows up under platformers? This should be a lot better. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. I mean, Ori and the Blind Forest, that game is just stunning. Hue, really underrated side-scrolling platformer. Super Lucky's Tale, that is an Xbox and PC exclusive. But I'm just going to quickly gloss over the entire catalog that is currently available on Xbox One. I'm not going to talk about every game because it's going to be a 5-hour video, but just look at this. Cluster Truck, a really fun game, really frustrating. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, you got some racing games. Double Dragon Neon, I'm going to be including that in a future video about beat-em-up games that you absolutely need to play, and I just completed that game recently. All 3 Fable games, as you can see, I downloaded the first one, Fallout 3 and 4. I mean, you have the entire library of Gears of War games, and it is confirmed that you're going to get Gears of War 5 Day 1 on the Xbox One, and that was a lot of numbers right now, and I feel tired saying that. 2 editions of Gears of War. You got the default one that came out on Xbox 360, and the Ultimate Edition, which is the one that I downloaded. Gears 2, which will be one of the games that we showcase in this video. Guacamelee 1 and 2, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Who hasn't heard about that incredible game? The Halo Master Chief Collection, Hydro Thunder. If you love to play that game in the arcades, you probably remember that at some point. Here's the sequel to that, Just Cause 3 and 4. Maybe not the best Just Cause games, but Just Cause, they're there. Maybe play them. And I apologize for saying that. 2 Metal Slug games, Shadow of Mordor if you want some open world stuff. Just look at all this. And I have played a lot of games in Game Pass that I would have never bought, like Unrush. I heard about this game, and it's like an action racing game, team-based. I didn't exactly get it and love it, but guess what? I tried it. Also tried out Recore, Rocket League I had already played before, Saints Row the Third, one of my favorite games of all time. If you love Grand Theft Auto and you love outrageous experiences, please do yourself a favor and play that game. And I felt like Reggie there for a second. Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition. This is the first in the line of the recent Tomb Raider reboots. Awesome game. Thomas Was Alone is an excellent side-scrolling puzzle game. Vampire, haven't played that, but my wife did. If you love Advance Wars, consider trying out Wargroove. And then you got 2 Wolfenstein games. Let's immediately kick it off with the Xbox, the original Xbox. It's confusing. Game that I'm going to be playing, which when you go to your game collection, you can see that this is a mixed bag of the games that I actually own and the ones on Game Pass. So I'm going to be going here, filter by Xbox 360 and Xbox games. If you'd like me to play any of these games in a future video, let me know. Like Final Fantasy 13, I just began playing it recently because I've heard so much about that, but let's go over here and try out Ninja Gaiden Black. So this is not like PlayStation Now, for which I do have a video of right now on the channel, as well as the Nintendo Switch's online service. Can't interrupt this moment right here. I'm a fan of old school game logo intros. I like that glowing blob thing, and then you eventually get the Xbox logo. But you do download all of these games. Some of them, fortunately, you can play them before they're completely done downloading, so they have like a version where you can play a bit of it, right? Which is nice, because with this, you definitely want a beefy hard drive. I have the Xbox One X, which has a 1 terabyte hard drive, and I got about 200 gigabytes left, which not bad at all.
Dark Dragon Blade, a legendary sword.
And I wanted to make sure I didn't cut any of this part of the video out, just so you see how long it takes between the menu and then ultimately getting to the game. Although, once again, I am playing this on an Xbox One X. Although we have a base, an original one, not even an Xbox One S. We have the default one, but I did play it there, and it does seem to load up pretty quickly. So just because this is the cutscene, I'm going to skip to the gameplay portion so you can see 1 to 2 minutes of that, and then we're going to be moving on to Gears of War 2. So just an anecdote, I completely forgot that a lot of these older games do not let you skip cutscenes, and not just that, but wow, does Ninja Gaiden Black has a massively long loading screen. But that's no knock to the Xbox One X or the Game Pass service, that's just the actual game. And this is my first time actually watching this game on the Xbox One X, and not only is it great to have something like Game Pass, but you can see that you reap the benefits of higher quality textures, resolution, and things like that. obviously when you look at something like the text, those things do not exactly transition all that well. But remember that we're playing a game from the original Xbox, okay? So worth pointing out when you think about the graphics and when you talk about all of that. But this is a game that I did play growing up, and I think I either owned it or I rented it a lot, because I feel like I did experience it quite a bit, but I was pretty bad at it. And this is by default a very difficult and challenging game. I know that became sort of the thing of it, which is just make sure you breathe deeply because you are going to be dying a lot while playing this game. But this is a genre that maybe you weren't a big fan of. Maybe you're a JRPG type of person, right? All of a sudden, it's like, hey, here's this action hack and slash type game that's available to me. I'm already subscribed to the service, so why not try it out? That's one of the reasons that I'm currently playing Forza. Like, I used to be a racing person growing up, not so much now, but I always heard about how fun the game was, and guess what? I began playing it, and I liked it. But would I have spent, even $30 if it was on sale or something? Probably not. But the sheer fact that it's available, and that if I don't like it, I can just delete it and then move on and play something that's actually worth my time, Once again, this is not going to be a full playthrough. I just wanted to give you a sample of it. This is Ninja Gaiden Black from the original Xbox, currently available on the Xbox Game Pass. So Mr. Ryu, I think that's your name, we got to say goodbye to you now because we are going to be moving on to Gears of War 2 for the Xbox 360. So for that, and I don't want to cut anything out here just so you see exactly how long it takes, I'm already back in the menu. Going to be going to my games and apps. There's Gears of War 2. So we have just a couple of seconds here while things switch over. Really lovely wallpaper. I do like this one, even though it doesn't have a lot of color, and I know that used to be the thing, and Gears of War in many ways influenced other video games to just have like this monotonous color scheme of just like variations of brown. But as you can see, it boots up pretty quickly. We're already into the game, right? So this is purely emulation, but much like the other games, and because this is something that is exclusively on Microsoft, they really give these games a lot of benefits when it comes to the Xbox One and the X. I forgot that the frame rate in this game is not as high as I thought it would be, and I think that tends to happen a lot when you go into older games. I think through the lens of nostalgia, you're like, man, this ran a lot better. And I'm not saying it runs bad. I always prioritize frame rate over anything else because I think that it's just nice. You get that nice fluid motion. And obviously with this game, they were going for more graphical fidelity, details. I mean, this is an Xbox 360 game, and frame rate aside, and you always notice like the Unreal Engine stuff where you see some of the textures load in. Like that aside, this game absolutely holds up, and you can see, especially when you look at Marcus's model, it's very, like, let me just stop moving there. You can see that it's very smooth, like the anti-aliasing is in full effect here, which is something that was not the case in the actual Xbox 360.
Heads up, Delta. Some of these patients have rust lung.
Here they come. Oh boy. Oh boy. They be shooting. Wait for it. Hey. Give me something to kill, man. I wanted to blow that stuff up. I know that's going to happen eventually, but something I will be doing in the future is doing an Xbox Game Pass review for the PC version, but I do want to wait until that leaves beta and get a sense of what the full experience is like, although my wife is actively playing that right now, and she loves it. Because in my case, I'm definitely more of a PC gamer when it comes to shooters, even third-person shooters, so even playing this right now, this is the first time, in addition to Halo now, that I'm playing a shooter on console. And it is weird, just because I grew up playing PC games for that, but I definitely don't mind doing that for games that have co-op and horde mode and things like that, because to me it's more about the experience. It's not about being a pro. It's just a matter of having fun, playing these games. Pop out. I heard a big dude. We're gonna hold you hostage. Hey, this is your friend. You don't want to be hurting your friend, man, okay? Ha. Fooled you, buddy. Fooled you. And yeah, I like to go in guns blazing with a game like this. Oh my goodness, that was a bad idea. I forgot about this. Yeah, you better fall back. So this is going to be the last area I do show you before we move on to the last game, which is going to be Darksiders War Mastered. So that is technically a game that came out on Xbox 360, but in the era of remasters, they did a War Master. That is very different. That is in no way the same thing, so I'm just going to be picking up this box to make myself feel a little bit better. And once again, I have no problem doing a dedicated video about just gaming, just playing Gears of War 2 or something like that. So if you'd like to see that, definitely let me know. But we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be going back to the menu. In this case, we're going to be filtering by Xbox One games, because it does qualify as an Xbox One game, and both versions of Darksiders, or I should say Darksiders 1 and 2, are available right now in the service. We got a big dude. We got a big dude. Oh yeah. Oh! Look at that! We got some gore in here. Ooh! He's not going to be having any dinner tonight. Looks shiny. Let's take care of some more business. And while I unleash hell, I think that without question, Game Pass is the future of gaming. You know, people talk about game streaming. I'm not a big fan of it. As somebody that's currently going through some upload problems right now with our company, you have no idea how long it takes me to sometimes upload a video. So forget about that. Imagine a streaming experience where you're uploading the data that you're sending out. You're downloading a ton of data, and then if you have a bad experience with your internet, you're going to have a bad experience playing a game. Now, you can see in the back, I love to collect games, so I'm always going to prioritize buying games over renting them, over streaming them, over having them in a Netflix-like service like Game Pass, but I'm not somebody that buys every game. I tend to favor very specific things. So the fact that I have this service on the side, I see this as a complementary thing to my overall gaming experience. And I think if you go into this as somebody that's a casual gamer and wants to play some stuff, but you're not really playing the latest games and you want a little bit of everything, the fact that you're going to have, you know, Gears of War 5, but you're also going to have a game like this available depending on when you're watching this video is key. I think that is absolutely essential. And I think the ultimate incentive when it comes to Xbox Game Pass is the fact that if you have a friend that has an Xbox console or PC at this point even, and you both have Game Pass, not only can you both play and experience and talk about the same games, you can play them together. You can choose something like the Halo Master Chief Collection. You can play the Gears of War games in co-op. Consider the fact that most of the Microsoft developed or published games, those are there pretty much on a permanent basis, so you can always expect to have access to the Halos, to the Gears of Wars and things like that. The Age of Empires, which AoE 2 is going to be coming out for the PC version of this. But you are going to have games that rotate, but they at least give you the courtesy of letting you know, hey, guess what? This is going to be ending pretty soon, so maybe play it, maybe experience it. And if you want to keep playing it, they don't remove it from your hard drive, but you do got to buy it. So overall, if the question is Xbox Game Pass Ultimate worth it? Without question. It is one of the things that is really making me play my Xbox One X. I began this generation with a PlayStation 4, and then later on we got a Nintendo Switch, and we actually got an Xbox One, an original model, as a gift. And I played it for a little bit, for a couple of months with Game Pass, but there really wasn't a lot that would incentivize me into playing that. But Microsoft really showed that their future, their vision for the future is Xbox Game Pass. So the fact that you are going to be getting those classic and modern games at the same time. If you have a YouTube channel, if you're a streamer, one of the ultimate benefits of Game Pass is that you have an almost unlimited library of ever-growing games that you can either play by yourself or you can play with chat. You can have people recommend things. Like that's what I'm going to be doing right now. So look once again at the Xbox Game Pass collection. If there's anything that you would like me to play in the near future, do not hesitate to let me know, because I do these type of videos. I talk about a service and I ask the question, or I attempt to answer, the question of, is it worth it? But sometimes I just like to play some Game Boy Advance games, or just other games that I feel passionate about, and I use those videos as an opportunity to talk about the experiences that I'm reminded of when I play those games. So if you like this video, do consider hitting that subscribe button to the channel, hit that notifications bell, and share any of the videos of your appreciation. I got some Nintendo stuff, I got some PS4, some classic PS1 stuff right now on the channel. I also do have some post E3 2019 videos reacting to when these changes about Xbox Game Pass Ultimate happened. I react to the Microsoft press conference, as well as react to the Square Enix conference. So thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and take care, everybody. My backlog is never gonna end.